YouTube channel. I started this channel about 2 months ago, right after my wedding, because I wanted to share some of my wedding budgeting ideas and some special moments in my life. Unfortunately, right around the time I started my channel, we had this pandemic with this virus. It looks like it's going to be here for a while. So I have been in quarantine for about 2.5 months with my family. And I've tried to share with you some of the things that we do to help us keep us healthy and to help keep us sane. Let's see, some of the most important things that I have learned during this quarantine is, 1, how to make a face mask. And I have made them for everybody in my household, some people who are working in fast food stores nearby, and some friends that we know who are working on the front lines as medical workers. So I think that was one of the main things that I learned during quarantine. Another thing that I learned during quarantine is that it's really important to incorporate things like these plants. They clean the air. So we're really conscious of how healthy our environment is. So I've changed the filter on the AC to something that I never used before. I just wanted to make sure I was using something that was like really going to clean the air. I'll share maybe some clips and pictures of some of these things so you can see if you want to incorporate them into your lives as well to stay healthy. We also started using a humidifier to keep the air moist because they said this virus doesn't like moisture. And we try to let in as much light as possible, and we go out back quite a bit and spend some time there because they say that the sunlight kills the viruses. So we're in quarantine, but we can go out when it's necessary to get things like food and maybe doctor's appointments and stuff like that. But we rely on the sun and the heat quite a bit to stay healthy during this quarantine. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's a shortage of meat because a lot of the workers who are forced to work during this time, some of them contracted the virus because their employers didn't provide them with the proper things that they needed, like masks, social distancing, and maybe gloves and stuff like that. So we actually started ordering our meat from Omaha. Is it omahasteaks.com? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's Omaha Steaks because they said that we're gonna have like a shortage of meat in the stores, and I did notice that there was like a shortage of things that I needed. I've been staying out of the grocery stores and been using Amazon.com. I'm a Prime member, so I get my groceries delivered when I can, but there's some things that they just don't have. And I have ventured out a couple of times into the supermarket with my mask on and gloves to try to find things that we needed. So I just started relying on this to make sure that we stock up, and we have a freezer where we keep our extra meat. So we're kind of used to that because we live in Florida, and during the hurricane season they always say keep your freezers full of essentials like meat, things you might find, you know, a shortage of in the stores. So yeah, so we started using this omahasteaks.com to get our meats. So we get steaks, hamburger meat, what else? They have all kinds of things. They have cheesecake. They have like little side dishes like potatoes and just a lot of good stuff. So we need to be able to enjoy our food because we can't go out to restaurants. We don't go out that often anyway to the restaurant, but you know, you get tired of eating the same thing over and over. So we get our meats from there, and I order my fish from Alaska Man, I can't remember none of the names of this stuff, but I'll put it in a link below. But it's a company in Alaska. I think it's called a wildalaska.com or something like that. And I order all my salmon, codfish, halibut, just a lot of different seafoods and stuff like that from there. We store all that stuff in the freezer and take it out when we need it, so that we don't have to keep going out to the stores, or we're not tempted to go to the restaurants. Okay, so what else do we do differently now that we're in quarantine? Oh, I always work from home. I've been working from home for over a year. But now my husband, who is a school teacher and a professor in college, he works from home now. So we have learned to work differently. So we bought a more ergonomic chair. So it's like, it supports your back, because we sit here quite a bit. And we got this desk here that it actually can lift up and you can stand up and work. So sometimes, you know, when I'm working out, stand up instead of sitting down all day, you know, so move around a little bit. Let's see, what else? I think one of the other hacks that I have is wigs, because I like to change my hair up, and I'm trying to grow my hair out from this short style. So sometimes I like to change it up a little bit, and I want it to look nice and different, because my husband sees me all day long and all night. So, you know, you got to keep it, you know, a little interesting. So my daughter hit me to this wig company, and they're very inexpensive. Now, I have some expensive wigs, but during this quarantine, just to change it up, because I don't get to go out to the stores and check the quality of things, I got a couple of inexpensive wigs, and it's called samsbeauty.com. So these are little wigs that, you know, they look nice, you know, for the minute, and they do the job for right now. And also I learned how to make a wig. I did it before, but you know, I felt it necessary to make a wig because I was bored and I just wanted something to do. Speaking of which, I have picked up some new skills. I'm learning how to play the keyboard. I'm learning some Mandarin. Bought a sewing machine. Broke about 5 needles. I'm learning how to sew, and gardening. So those are some of the things that I've picked up so far. And like I said before, we should be going off of this lockdown in about a couple of days. So we might be able to venture out a little bit, and I won't have to keep trying to find things around the house to do. So keep me busy. Okay, let's see what else. So I went over the gardening, the face mask, the skills that I picked up, like sewing, keyboard, learning Mandarin. I discussed how we order food now as opposed to going out to the stores to stay safe. Oh, and this drink that I learned that boosts your immune system. I think I might demonstrate that on the video. I might add it to this video. What you do is you get turmeric, ginger, the zest of some lemon, a little bit of lemon juice, and some honey and black pepper, because the black pepper helps your body absorb the health benefits of the turmeric. That drink is so good. I substitute that like on a daily basis now for my tea, just to continue to try to boost my immune system, and just drinking a lot of water and staying prayed up, listening to TD Jakes, read my Bible, keeping my mind sharp, you know, learning from these books that I ordered, Dave Ramsey, on like financial tips and best practices. So it's just, you know, we just have to keep ourselves safe, you know, keep ourselves healthy, keep our minds sharp, keep our spirits bright and up, and, you know, keep our eyes focused on God, because ultimately He is in control. And I hope this information helps you. Tell me some of the things that you're doing while you're in quarantine. Like, have you changed your eating habits? Give me some tips, some things that maybe I should be doing. What are you doing to stay healthy? What are you doing to keep the romance going while you're at home, even if you're by yourself? Okay, you gotta love yourself. It doesn't have to be anything all graphic and anything, but you do. You have to learn how to love yourself. So, what kind of fun things are you doing with your family? Like, we play chess. What else we play? I think that's just about it. That's the only game we really play. And the keyboard. So, give me some tips. Tell me what you're doing, how you're feeling, some scriptures, some motivational quotes. Share the love. And most of all, just stay safe. And thanks for watching. Bye.